Hey, hi. Is this the root?
This is the root. How you doing, Mr. Koala Bear?
Hi, this is the Vin Koala Bear looking for Mr. Root. Um, I have a wonderful offer for you tonight. Would you be interested in changing phone service?
Yes, I would. What are your options?
Um, Worse than what you've got for more money, um, plus tax and starter fees.
But do I get 6G in the cities
No,
that I never go to?
no.
Not
You
even
get no
that.
signal at all, ever, anywhere, at
I feel
all.
like I'm gonna have to decline. I apologize. Your voice is so soothing, and I really love you, but I can't make that jump yet.
I understand. Thank you for your time.
Have a great day. Bye.
Yes. Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? You? How you been? We
I'm
we
good. How are
missed the
you?
podcast last week, so got some
Yeah,
catching up to do.
this is catching up. This is catching up to do too. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do. So,
So what's new in
what's
the news,
been
my
good,
friend?
man? Oh gosh, I don't even know.
Man, this is just falling apart already. Hey, want to start over? Ready? Go. I'm not actually
Hey,
sure.
how's it going? This is Miss. Oh God, are you talking?
No. Yes. What? Go
What?
ahead. Go.
Oh my goodness. We
You
need
want to start?
some background music for those dead silences.
Where's the dead silences?
Well, definitely the technical difficulties episode, but I guess we haven't had
Oh
too
yeah.
much besides that.
So I haven't gone back to listen to that yet. How bad is it? Is it as bad as I think?
I haven't either, but I've been told that it's been pretty awful. So I
Oh.
apologize for that. Hopefully, with the new technology we've loaded to the program, we don't have that issue anymore.
Yeah, we can make that a lost episode. Maybe just like junk it for audio clips or something.
Maybe.
Ugh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I just as I mentioned, new technology is now being used in Koala and the Root. I got a new computer, Vin.
Did you? I forget now. Did you mention this was happening in our last show, or is this brand new to our listeners?
I don't know. I think
I
I mentioned something along the lines of GarageBand and that I
Okay.
was pondering, but it was never official,
Okay.
and the decision wasn't made.
So I've you've been keeping me in the loop this whole time, and I'm very excited for you. But I've been purposefully trying to stay a little bit away from it so we could have a whole new conversation here. So why don't you tell me a bit more about it? We talked about what you might get in it, but all I know at this point is that you actually got the larger screen. So what do you get? What do you have?
So we ended up going the Apple route, and we were I was back and forth. I've never ever once used an Apple product before. The only Apple product I've ever bought was an iPod Classic, and that was like 4 years ago. I the last iPod, the first ever Apple product I got was an iPod Classic Video, the first one, and I got that because it was from freeipod.com, and I got enough people to sign up.
That actually worked, huh?
It did. My brother Ryan, hey Ryan, how's it going?
Hey, Ryan.
Made out like a bandit on those things. He got a
Really?
free iPod Classic. He got an iPod Nano. He may have gotten a Touch, and he also got an Xbox 360 when it first came out.
See, I was always would have been so concerned about like that just being a complete rip off, some kind of a scam. Like just, I still almost can't believe that it actually worked.
I couldn't either until I got my iPod in the mail.
And is that the one that you
It,
still
it
use at
was
work
it
these
was
days?
pretty. What's that?
Is that the one you still use at work?
No, that one died. So I bought another one afterwards. It was. It's so unfortunate that they don't sell that anymore. The iPod Classic.
Yeah, I don't even know what they have anymore. But I'm getting you far away from your computer. Let's get back to this computer here. So you got an Apple, you got a Macintosh,
I got a Macintosh with a bite taken out of it.
and you and you've never used a Mac before.
I have not. So this is my first time using a Mac. I used my brother's internet once at his school when he was had his Mac or still has his Mac, but I used it. That's the extent of it, was browsing a website, ESPN.com. That was it. So it's definitely, I'm liking it so far, but there's definitely a learning curve that I'm still clueless.
Yeah. you'll be surprised how quickly you pick it up, though. Basically, if you can imagine something that you want to do with a computer, you can do it, and you know further than a Google search away.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. I haven't done too much on YouTube yet, but besides, I've done a lot of Googling, and also I've used the live chat with them a little bit just to get somewhat of an idea, learn some tips and tricks from them.
Them, you mean
Still,
the Apple
Apple
Bar,
support.
whatever? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's like it's so hard to like even access my photos. I'm still have a hard understanding because the computer worked a little bit differently as like my computer would for Windows, and it's just like so strange. I was having a lot of trouble. Oh yeah, I'm not too concerned. I'm loving the bigger screen though. It's makes everything so much bigger and easier. It's almost like it's almost like having a dual screen setup at work, but you only need one because I got, yesterday I was loading my lacrosse schedule, and for those that don't know, I coach lacrosse in Vernon in Connecticut. Oh, by the way, Vin, and everyone listening, hopefully I could get it up by then, but this...
That's what she said.
That was a good one. Woo! Ding, ding, ding. So this Saturday, we are having a pasta dinner in Ellington as a fundraiser. It's all you can eat. It's $7 a person, $20 for a family. Come check it out. We got raffle prizes and good pasta and sauce and meatballs and bread and salad too.
Very
and
cool.
desserts donated too. So
if you need help getting it up before then, let me know, so we can get you your advertisement out there.
Yeah, I think I don't usually need help getting it up, but I'll let you know, Vin.
Okay, let me know. I'm here for you.
So Vin, you should come with the fam.
Yeah. So it depends what time I get back from New York. I have to go to a baby shower.
Oh, you going to New York?
Yeah, I'm going to Brooklyn for a baby shower.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sounded very excited.
No, I am actually. Some high school friends miss them dearly, so I'm excited to go see them. I'm just bummed I'm not going to be able to come to your pasta salad.
That's too bad. It's going to be a good time, good for a good cause, raising money to help out our league and buying uniforms and all that stuff. But seriously, anyone listening that's in the area, go. It's at Ellington at the Masonic Lodge, and you can contact me, and I can get you more information. And if you don't go, you could still always donate because donations are good.
Donations are good. Ellington, I think Ken Remnick lives out in Ellington.
Yeah, he does.
Does he? You should see if you can meet up with him.
I don't have any of his information.
Oh, I might have his phone number somewhere. You should shoot him a text and be like, "Hey, Ken, why don't you come out to have some pasta?
Have some pasta.
Have some pasta." So I disappeared for a second. Don't mind me.
Nope, no worries. So back to the computer. I am loving it so far. The first night I had it, we originally ordered the 21-inch, and I was a little bit apprehensive, but because it was a little bit cheaper, we ended up going with it. But I did want a faster processor, so I upgraded the processor, and then next thing you know, I'm like, I was so excited to order it that I didn't fully think about it. And you get the same processor and the bigger screen, and it was just a small amount more, so why not get the bigger screen and go better,
Absolutely.
So that's what we ended up doing, and I traded it in that next day and got the bigger screen.
Very cool. So did you upgrade anything else, or is it just did you do the RAM? Did you do a hard drive? Did you do anything, or is it just the big screen?
It's just a big screen, but the good news about the bigger screen is it has an access door in the back, so you can change the RAM yourself.
Cool.
If ever I needed to upgrade it.
Yeah, and what, it came with 8 gigs? Is that right?
Yeah, it comes with 8, yeah.
I mean, that'll hold you over for a while.
That's what I'm thinking, and when I need to, and that was another reason is, considering it's so close in price, and we now have the option to upgrade the RAM if we ever need to, and feel a little bit better that way.
Very cool. Congratulations. So
thank you.
It came packaged with some software, right? You get GarageBand?
GarageBand. I haven't used it much. I kind of opened it up real quick, and it was kind of like that thing we were using, that SoundCloud thing, or
Yep,
not SoundCloud,
exactly. So
whatever it
there's
was on Google Hangouts.
yeah, sound mix, something like that. Um, my curiosity's killing me. I gotta know. Did you check? Does it come with a bunch of sound loops, or do you have to buy those separately now?
What kind of, like, what do you mean by sound loops?
So remember when we were screwing around in Hangout, and you could put basically you made music because there were pre-configured sound clips that you just put in. GarageBand calls them loops. So it'd be like here's me doing my great instrument impersonation. So it'd be like a drum kit going, tick, 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 or you'd have like a bass line going, boom, 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 or you'd have like guitars going, and then you put those all together and you get like that. And you have
Now,
a
what
song.
about the harmonica? What kind of sound does a harmonica make?
Um, um, like that.
It does come with a whole bunch of already. It does come with loops.
Okay, cool, excellent. So yeah, we'll
I'm
have
sure
to
there
work on
are
that
more
part.
loops that you can buy, but it does come
Okay.
with some because when it has in-app purchases.
Oh no! Oh no! So this could be a whole conversation, and maybe it's one we earmark for another time.
No,
But
let's just go with it.
how do you feel about the way the world is going with in-app purchases? Especially now, GarageBand may not be a good example, but especially in products that you have to purchase.
Like what? Give me an example.
So here's a stupid example. First one on the top of my head, just because it sounded so egregious, would be something like Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare. So it's this video game that came out on the previous generation of systems and PC. And from what I understand, it's a $40 game that basically ships with as much content as your average free-to-play game. And it's loaded with all of the important characters to play and items to use behind a pay-for wall. And everything I heard about it was just so horrible that, I mean, the game, you spend $40 and you can't really even play the game very much without spending even more money on other things. That's
Awful.
for example. Yeah,
I've heard that with like the freemium games. You know, that's a free game,
Mhm.
something like Clash of Clans, and you know you could take your time and upgrade as long as you want, and take over a year, and you get to level 8, or you could spend a couple $100 and upgrade. I understand for some of those games, just because it's for people who are impatient. I took the year, I didn't spend a dime on it. I know friends of mine, even my son, would get a Google Play gift card, and the second they got it, they'd blow it on their village and upgrade their town hall and get the. I can't even remember. I haven't played the game in a while, but I get it to an extent with some of those types of games. But if you're paying for a game, you should get the game.
So, and we got to be careful because we're close to the realm of downloadable content, DLC. I think my argument is, if they're going to sell you a game, it has to be an entire game, a full game, fully featured game, and the DLC has to be something that just builds on it somehow in a meaningful manner.
Almost
Not-
like somewhat like Call of Duty does, like with their
Call of
special.
Duty, yeah, they're a big DLC, but actually most major actually I'd probably say almost every single major release these days comes with some kind of DLC at some point. But in theory, the ones that are done well, you have a completely contained experience in the product that you buy first, and then the rest is, it's about on par with what you pay for it. So if you buy a $5 DLC, you generally expect to get so much. If you buy a $20 DLC, you expect to get 4 times that.
Right.
But yeah, okay. So
a couple of weeks ago, we had we had our picks of the week, and one of my picks was Monument Valley. Part of the reason, because I saw it on House of Cards.
Don't even get me started there.
So I'm like, well, I kind of like that type of game. It was a very pretty game.
Hmm.
Um, I had fun with it. It wasn't as hard as I was expecting. Maybe I'm just smart and I have a keen eye for that stuff, and someone else might be a lot harder. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Sorry, had to. So I I already beat it, and it didn't even take me that long to beat it, Vin. And that was the most upsetting thing. Is like it was 10 levels, yeah. I got through it fairly fast. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't one of those games that I couldn't put down. But when I had it on, I beat a level in no time. So it was 10 levels. So I think I paid $4.99 for it. 10 levels. I finished and like, oh yeah, so that was it. But if you want, you could buy like another couple chapters for $1.99. It's like
Mhm.
screw that.
Yeah, you know. So this is maybe this is me playing the other side of this now. When you're talking about mobile games, the market has seemed to gravitate toward, hey, it looks like it'll support a certain price, right? If you or I were to buy a $20 phone game, you would expect to have quite an experience, and they exist. In fact, Square Enix, the company that makes Final Fantasy, has released quite a few games on the Android platform, maybe even on iPhone. A lot of them are straight ports of older games, older Final Fantasy games. Very full, very long experiences, but they're putting them out for $20. Now, if you were to look at any game and not know anything about it, but you saw it was $20 on your phone, what would you think?
What are they doing? Robbing me?
Well, yeah. Or you would expect it to be an incredibly lengthy, very full experience.
Right.
Um, but let's drop that down in half now. You see a game that's $10. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking the same thing still. That had better be a damn good game for $10.
Right.
But if you were to go onto your PC and go onto Steam right now, you could buy any number of AAA titles for anywhere from $10 to $20, and they would be fantastic. So it's just funny how at least I do. I think a lot of people tend to look at mobile games as sort of throwaway. So for a company who wants to monetize a bit more strictly, get a little bit more bang for their buck, so to speak, like Monument Valley, they put it out for $4. They catch you in theory and get you to buy more of the game for more money. Before you know it, you spent $10 on a game instead of two or one or three. Um, I don't like it though. I don't like it. I understand that the amount of time and development that goes into a mobile game is not necessarily any less than a game you put on a console. And mind you, indie style game, no AAA titles. Um, it sucks that the market goes for a lower price, but that's what it is. I don't know. So if there were ever to be a mobile game that you'd like to play, or series or maker, what would it be?
I would like to see some like old, and I know they have these as emulators, but I'm not too interested in setting that up on my phone. Because I'd rather like they refinish it and then make it for the phone. Some
Sure.
like old school like PS1 games. Phones could absolutely handle it.
Oh yeah.
They can they can round out the graphics a little bit, and I think it'd be so cool.
So
Go
so
ahead.
the thing that kind of keeps me away from putting an emulator on a phone is I don't have and I have no real interest in buying a Bluetooth controller, and I don't want to try and play with some janky soft controller. What
You
would be
actually do have a
interesting?
Bluetooth controller.
What's that?
You do have a Bluetooth controller.
Can I sync that up with my Android? With my
Yeah, you can sync your PS3 controller up with the Android.
Huh, I might have to try that out. Still, I'm not carrying a PS3 controller around with me, and maybe that's the point.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I guess it
I've
would
seen
be one
some
thing.
games that do it right though, with the controller on the screen and how it works. I think it needs to be done right though. I've played some that are like, oh my god, this is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's ruining the game. But you play some others, old Nintendo games would be perfect. You have an A and a B and an arrow. That's perfect.
So this is a good point, right? So an emulator would be okay for a Nintendo game for me. Um, But what I would prefer to see is maybe games that were designed specifically for the platform.
Correct, and I'm glad you brought that up because man, if we were smooth, this would have been so perfect. But Vin, that was a hell of a pass.
That's what we call a segue.
That was a great segue. You knocked that thing out of the park. In the news, Nintendo has made an announcement.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Go on.
This has absolutely nothing to do with Wii U 2 or Wii 3 or whatever.
What are they going to call that thing?
I can't even. Wii Z. I don't know.
Okay.
Wii Blow. So they did blah blah blah. Nintendo has announced that they're going to start producing games for mobile, Mario games in particular.
So I hadn't heard the particulars, especially the fact that it's Mario in particular. But I was very excited to hear this. I saw a very brief article saying that this was going to happen, and this is something I never thought I'd hear. And it can be one of two things. It can be a great boon for them, or it can be totally frightening because, if you recall, this is what Sega did. They started making, I guess not exactly. Sega started making games predominantly over hardware. Now Nintendo's making games for other hardware systems, namely iPhone and Android, or just one?
Be both. I don't think there's any word about Windows, but I believe it was iPhone or Android.
I keep leaving them out.
I do too. I mean, they've just come so late to the game that even with the Windows, setting up the Windows like the computer and everything, it just hasn't taken off. The one cool thing I like about the Windows Phone, and it's the Nokia in particular, is a camera on it. They put a 47 megapixel camera on it.
Hmm.
So this way you don't have to zoom. You take the picture and then zoom and crop from there.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool and interesting, but besides that...
I think they haven't captured the market in the right way, but they're in a good position to take over where RIM fell off at the BlackBerries. I think in their business, especially with Windows 10, they'll have a better shot there. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, Microsoft. I don't mean to leave you out, but Android and iPhone. So Nintendo's making for a new platform, mobile platform, not their own mobile platform. It's interesting. It's a little frightening. Sony and Microsoft are very large corporations that have a portfolio other than their gaming development system, right? So other than their gaming hardware and there's video games, they've got other ways to generate cash. Nintendo doesn't. All they are their systems and their games. So this could be good if they can figure out how to monetize properly without scaring away their players. I've got a 3DS, and if I want to buy a game on their eShop, there's never any sales. Games are always $40. That's a lot of money to spend on a game, especially for a handheld, in my opinion.
Right.
And so I'm concerned that they may take their boutique status and try and turn that into some sort of high-priced app, mobile game. I don't know. I'm concerned. Maybe I'm overly concerned. What do you think?
I agree. They really got to find their mix, their gel. I think it's huge. I think it's awesome. I do think it's something that they need to do because in the console wars, they've obviously fallen pretty low. They took over the world with the Wii, but it was more of a fad.
It's funny what part of the world they took over, too. I mean, they've targeted a different audience, and they got it, but it's not an audience that was sticking around,
It wasn't an audience that was going to revolutionize the video game industry. They were going to play Wii Sports, and then Wii Fit, and then get Wii Sports 2, maybe, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for them, though. It's just going to be interesting to see where they go with it. because they can easily come up with an amazing side-scrolling Mario game, just like we grew up on, with nice graphics, easy to play. Set up the control, set up the screen as a controller. They can do that, or they could come out with like, didn't they make Animal Crossing?
Yeah. So Animal Crossing was on Nintendo. I don't know if they developed it, published it, both. I have a sneaking suspicion there was another party involved, but it's an exclusive. I mean, absolutely, it's a Nintendo only, and it's that is ripe for the mobile scene.
That's perfect for the mobile scene. I know very little. So what is Animal Crossing? I've heard of it. I think my brother played it at one point.
It's a persistent world. It's one of these. You got a character. You meet people out in this world. You're sort of making a home for yourself. The bit that I've played, the little bit I know, you make a little world for yourself. Think Farmville, but on a much grander scale, and not quite so insidious. You're not paying. Say you plant crops. You're not going to pay to make them grow faster. But the point is, it's persistent. So you log in, you play for a bit, you put your phone away, you turn the game off, and it continues on while you sleep.
Right.
And there are things that happen at certain times of day. So if you wanted to get an achievement for catching all the butterflies, you might have to play at 10 o'clock at night, so that you're playing at a time where they're actually spawning, or things like that. It's supposedly very captivating, and the people who get into it really get into it. That, I think, would be an excellent choice for them to make on a mobile platform. What else would you like to see? So they're making Mario, right?
Yeah, nothing's been announced. They just said they're going into the mobile game market. I would assume Mario is going to be the big hitter. But to the Animal Crossing point, I could also see them, and I'm not going to take credit for this because I heard on a podcast we both listened to, TMS. I could totally see them making Animal Crossings as a freemium game, and then to get the cool characters, you have to pay for them.
Absolutely.
It would be smart because people go bonkers over it, but I just don't like that type of system. I'd rather, like you said, pay for the game and then play the game.
Yeah, I mean, that works fine if the game is free, if it's free to play. But like we started off, if it's a game that you have to buy, and then all of the really good stuff to play the core game is behind a paywall, that's kind of just BS.
Yeah.
But yeah, Animal Crossing, that'd be pretty cool. I think that they would do pretty well with that. I think there are a couple major IPs that they can draw from pretty quickly that would sell pretty well. I would love to see some kind of Legend of Zelda or Metroid. I think those would be really cool.
See, I don't know much about let's take that back. I was about to say I don't know much about video games. I know a decent amount about video games. I don't know much about Nintendo. Growing up, I didn't have my first video game system until I was 10 or 11 or 12, around there, maybe 5th grade.
Which system was that?
The first one I had was the PlayStation 1. So I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm a loyal guy. PlayStation through and through. I've only owned PlayStation hardware, with the exception of the Wii when it came out. So a cool one, though, would be something like, I'm trying to think of some of the games I remember while playing at a friend's house. Mario Kart would be cool on there.
Mario Kart would be good.
Especially
I'd be curious to see if they're going to capitalize on the Smash Brothers scene, too.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good, too.
Well,
it might be good.
So I'm struggling with how would these games control. It's easy to see how a 2D side scroller could work pretty okay with a soft keyboard, right?
Yeah.
But once you go into a 3D world, or you're getting into a game that requires more than 2 buttons and more complicated movements, I don't know. I get concerned about that. I know they've got some fighting games on the mobile platforms, but I don't know if any of them are good.
Mario Kart, I think they could pull Mario Kart off with the fact that I think most of the racing games that they have on the mobile platforms are you turn your phone to turn, and then all you'd have to do is hit a button to launch stuff. That's really all you do, right?
Yeah. I hate that kind of steering.
I
Every
know what
game I
you
play
mean, but
that.
I think it would take off, especially with like the younger crowd with kids.
Well,
They'd
sure.
eat that
So
up.
you know what would be especially good for Nintendo to do here is here's a chance for them to improve on their multiplayer scene. Um, you've got a
Absolutely.
Wii. I've got a Wii. If you and I want to play Mario Kart Wii, right? I think that's what it's called. I've got to call you up, and you've got to give me some, what is it, like a 12-digit unique identifier that I plug into my system to add
Right.
you as a friend, and then you've got to go onto your system and find that note and accept me as your friend in
It's
this weird
painful. It's
sort of
bad.
handshake. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, and they've never done it well.
And now I'm assuming they may have done it better, may have improved it with the Wii U, but I haven't used it. I'm assuming, but that's just an assumption. I would only think that that would be.
I have not checked, but my understanding is it's not gotten any better.
Oh,
So
really? That's so.
Wii
You
U
think
and
they would have
3DS.
learned? They had how long to learn this?
So this is their chance. So getting into the mobile market, um, tie. So are they going to tie their achievements into Google Play, or are they going to make their own? Um,
You would
is there?
think Google Play and iTunes Game Center they would do.
You think so? You don't think
I
they're
would
going to
think
have
so.
their own proprietary Nintendo achievement system? They can link back into the 3DS and Wii U.
Oof,
I don't know. So I
you have
mean,
a good point
the
there.
possibilities
They
are
could be
interesting.
both. Could be both.
I suppose it
But
could
yeah,
be. I suppose it could be. I wouldn't if they're going to do their own. I wouldn't expect them to do to support others, but I don't know. I mean, this will be very interesting to see. Very interesting to watch.
right.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited for it. I think it'll be cool to bring Mario. I think Mario's a perfect type of mobile game now.
Hmm.
I think it not that it's lost some of its luster,
Hmm.
but they don't. They haven't. Did they come out with one for the Wii U?
Yes, several actually. Very good ones too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they did a Super Mario 3D World. Um, I've got the DS, the 3DS version of that. It's slightly pared down, but I think it's a lot of the same mechanics and all. And it's fantastic. And they did New Super Mario Land 2, I think. Um, harkens back to the days of Mario 3. Really well done. They've got a handful of great. I mean, Wii U has a handful of great first-party games. Um, you got me thinking about a few other directions they can go. Have you ever played Mario Party?
Oh, I love Mario Party. Would be an awesome online game.
Right? So the mini games you set up don't have to revolve around some kind of special controls. You can have a couple of soft buttons pretty easily that you tap really fast or swipe and do things. You can do some pretty cool mini games on a touch screen. And
And
again, if they,
you wouldn't even need to. It could be set up as a play as you go type thing. You know, you go, and then once you go, you don't have to be playing constantly. You can just easily. Okay, I went. Whenever they get to it, they'll go, and it'll be my turn again.
well, the trick is going to be when. So yeah, you take turns going on around the board, but then everybody does the mini games together. And I think that's where you're going to want concurrent play as opposed to passing, play and pass. So you play, and then you wait for me to take my turn back and forth. We're going to want to play those mini games together, so it would probably have to be concurrent, right?
You, I don't. I think they. I mean, I don't know any of the technology that goes into any of this, but you think
No,
they'd
no.
be
I
able
mean,
to?
I'm thinking of. Do you remember the game Hero Academy, or any of those mobile online games that you don't? Trivia Crack is a great example, right?
Right.
You play
That's
it,
exactly what I was thinking.
then I play it. And what I'm talking about is, I don't know if that'll work for Mario Party because those mini games we've got to play at the same time,
Right.
unless it's for score, and then it just compares the two.
Right. Some of them are time though. But
Yeah,
even time,
work.
you go, and then whoever gets a better time.
That could work. That could be cool. The other game that is similar to that is those the WarioWare series, which is just a game of little mini games. There's no board or anything involved. It's just a bunch of tiny little mini games. Any of those, the Rayman Raving Rabbids series, that would work pretty
Yep.
well.
Kirby.
Kirby. So I've never really played a Kirby game. I played like 2 minutes of one of them once, and that's about it. I hear some of them are fantastic too.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't played myself either, but
Interesting.
I
Well,
think it's a
anyway,
good move for Nintendo, though. I think this is the jolt that they need, and I think their type of games would transfer fairly well. Not all of them, but I think most would transfer fairly well to the mobile platform.
yeah, I'm excited. No matter what you might take out of this, take from this that I am excited.
Vin Koala Bear Kowalczyk is excited. Write that down.
Okay. So, did we get any mail this week?
We did not. Let me just double check, but I don't think we did.
Well,
Unfortunately.
so I'd also consider. Wait, your son doesn't write in, right? Does he put it on a post-it for you or something?
Yeah, he puts on a post-it for me, so I do have the question from Son.
Okay.
So, yeah, we don't have any mail. If you found $100 on the ground, what would you do?
I mean that I would try to find the owner. It totally depends on where you are. If you're in one of these situations where there's absolutely nobody around, and what are you gonna do?
You're gonna pocket it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it totally depends on where you are. My first, my first instinct is, damn it, I wish I didn't find this because now I got to go find the owner, and then my next is, God, I hope I don't find the owner. But yeah, I mean, I'd give it my fairest shot at finding the owner. But that's always just awkward too, because you don't want to walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, did you lose $100?"
Of course I did. Thank you.
Yeah, right. So it's more hassle than it's worth. The stress of trying to find the proper owner, conflicting with your desire to keep it. Screw it. You can keep your $100 universe.
Right. I would like if I saw someone drop it, I'd actually absolutely pick it up. Hey, you dropped this. Here you go. Thanks. Have a great day. Now find it in the middle of the ground, whether it's the woods. I don't know who's carrying hundreds out to the woods, but I probably would pick it up and keep it. And I would invest in stock with it. That's the right answer.
Now, okay, what about this? It's the dead of night on some city street. You're totally safe. There is no way you feel unsafe. But there is no one around for miles. There's a $100 bill sitting in the middle of the sidewalk, covered in a pile of human feces.
Oh no!
Do you take it?
No. No, not for $100. No way.
Okay.
Well, I guess the question is, and I'm sure some of the listeners are going to get grossed out. Now, is it adult feces or is it baby feces?
Does it really matter?
Oh no, it totally matters. I'm used to baby feces.
Okay, so you take it if there were baby feces on it.
If it was baby feces and I could tell that it's baby feces,
there were
absolutely.
dirty diapers sitting on the sidewalk that had been trampled and stomped on, and it had worked its way into that 100. But you could see the 100 sticking out, and there was no one to give it to, and it's totally yours. You take it.
I probably want it. Actually, that's still gross. Unless I'm happen to be carrying a water bottle full of bleach to clean that shit off. Literally clean this shit off. I would. I couldn't do it. How about you? Could you do it?
I don't know. I mean, if you think of it this way, you've got a part-time job that'll earn you $100, and all you have to do is carry around a shit bill until you can either get it clean and/or get it to the bank.
What bank is going to take that?
You put it in an ATM envelope and you
Oh
deposit
my
it.
god! Imagine that bank teller.
Oh, and they
Are
know
you kidding?
who
Oh god,
deposited
dude.
it. You'd have to deposit with a note being like, "I am so sorry. I found it like this. I cleaned it up the best I could. Please, I am sorry."
Please make sure it goes into my account.
Yeah, you wouldn't have an account there long. Okay. Well, that was a great question. I like that.
So if I were to find it, though, I'd probably go spend it on video game or something.
Okay.
If indeed I found it and I looked
Right.
for the correct owner. It's
Yep.
just so hard to find the correct owner, though, because you go up to a random person, most people are going to say, "Yeah, that's my $100 bill," and they have no way of proving it.
Obviously, you try and be sneaky about it, and it always just comes off being awkward. Hey, did you lose some money back there or whatever? And they're like, yeah, I totally did. I'm like, yeah, I found something. Tell me how much you're missing, and I'll tell you if it's yours or not. Bullshit like that. Ah,
Yeah.
like
It's
I
easier
said,
said than done, though.
exactly. It's way more work than it's worth.
Right.
Can you hear that?
Hear what?
I think there's a helicopter over my house.
I could kind
Yeah.
of hear it.
I think they're coming to get me.
Run! No! They want you to paint their new helicopter because you're so good at painting minifigurines.
That's true. So just basically take what I do on a small scale and make it on a big scale.
So do a camo with blood on it.
Okay. I can do a camel with blood on it.
I'll talk about it next week. I'd like to talk some Walking Dead with you.
Okay.
So
We'll
that's
do
a
that.
teaser for next week. Whoa.
Ooh.
Ben, guess what? Next week is, and we got to do a little bit more preparing for our show next week. Next week is our 10-episode anniversary.
No, is it?
Double digits, bitches!
Look at us go. That is exciting.
Very exciting. It's crazy.
So what do we got? Picks of the week coming up?
Pick of the week is next. So, what is your pick of the week, Vin?
Have you ever heard of did we talk about this? Have you heard of a show called Danger 5?
No, what's this Danger 5 you speak of?
It's on Netflix now. I believe there are 2 seasons. It is an Australian show. Very much in the styling of, gosh, what was that called? Was it Thunderbirds? Or,
Yeah, I think it's Thunderbirds.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I used to love Thunderbirds. You watch Thunderbirds growing up?
I had never seen it. I don't think I even heard about it until Matt Stone, Trey Parker, Team America came out.
Okay.
So very similar styling. That sort of styling. So 60s era mod, sort of goofy, lots of models for the special effects. Really ultra cheesy, but with live actors, not puppets.
Okay, so it is. So it's almost like Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's a
Power Rangers
little.
than
It's a step
Thunderbirds?
down. It's a step down from Power Rangers in terms of quality.
So Power Rangers is a step up from this.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's very much the. So did you see Team America?
Yes, I did. Who didn't see
America? So it was a quality film, but they were spoofing a much lower quality style. That's what Danger 5 is doing. So it's oh crap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what?
For the record, so while Vin's checking something out, he is wearing the most beautiful orange T-shirt with a kitty cat on it, an orange kitty cat, a light orange kitty cat, and it's saying meow to me.
He's in a bucket.
Looking into my eyes.
He's a cat in a bucket.
Cat in a bucket? I can't see the bucket. Is it cold? Vin, is it cold inside?
Can you tell? So
I can.
Yeah, I got the shirt at Ocean State Job Lot for $4, and I can tell that Becky got it for me, and she's not a fan of the shirt. She claims it's just because she doesn't like the orange of the shirt, but she's not a fan of this shirt.
I like the shirt, Vin, and I think you should keep it.
Oh, I absolutely will. I love the shirt. Danger 5. It's funny. World War II era, but not. It's anachronistic. Team of spies whose job is to kill Hitler, and it's just over the top. It is ridiculous.
And it's done this way on purpose too, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's a new show. I believe it was,
Came out
2012, 2013. Yeah.
2012. Sorry.
So it's relatively new. It's very much tongue in cheek. It doesn't take itself seriously, and it's a lot of fun. So Danger 5. That's my pick of the week.
Seems pretty cool. Oh, they have a dinosaur?
Stop looking into it. Just watch it.
I love the bald eagle. I gotta know about the bald eagle.
First 5 minutes.
Tell me about the bald eagle.
The bald eagle is this is a team of spies. He's the guy who comes in and gives them the mission. So
he's the Charlie of Danger 5.
Yes. Uh-oh, Gracie, here's something outside. Oh, great. You go get him. All right, I'm going to put my headset on mute while you tell me your pick of the week.
Okay. So my pick of the week is it's also on Netflix. It originally aired on Fox. My pick of the week is Cosmos.
So is this the original one with Carl Sagan or the new one
No,
with...
this is the new one with Neil Tyson DeGrassi.
Yes, he is fantastic.
He is so amazing and smart and so well spoken.
He's very good at ELI 5. He can talk to me like I'm a dummy all day.
ELI 5? What's that mean?
Explain it like I'm 5.
Oh wow, that's the first I've heard that.
Check out reddit.com/r/ELI5. Also, to learn.
I'll have to check that out.
Yep.
He is so amazing and so smart. And so for the people that don't know, Cosmos is basically a show explaining the universe. What it's explaining is black holes, how the Earth started, how the moon came to be, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, evolution. So it is so, like, well done. You know who's one of the main producers in it too, Vin?
Who?
You won't guess it. Let's say one guess.
One guess.
One guess, and
yep,
it's the person that you would least expect.
Carrie Fisher.
Dude, I used to have the biggest crush on Carrie Fisher growing up.
You didn't? Oh my god, that slave bikini? Yeah.
Woo!
All right, so who is it?
All right, so sorry, Seth MacFarlane.
Ah.
Is the executive producer of it.
Okay.
So I think he was just such a huge Carl Sagan fan growing up, and then
sure
he wanted to get it started, and since he's got so much pull with Fox, they were in on it, and oh my goodness, man, it is so good.
Yes, it is very, very good.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the first episode or two.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a gentleman boner for Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think if I were in high school again, and I had to write that stupid essay, you know, if you could pick anyone dead or alive to have dinner with or whatever bullshit, I never had a good answer for that. I never really gave a shit. But you know what? Today, if you asked me the same question, I'd say I would love to have a beer with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You have such a great point on that, dude. I've never really had a good one besides a sports star that, you know, someone like a Tom Brady or something like that. But that is an amazing, correct point there. That is, again, spectacular night. That is spectacular. He is so smart. He can explain it to a 5-year-old, like you said. He can include anything that needs to be included. So like the one of the last episodes I saw, he was explaining how the evolution of the eyeball.
So now go check out his podcast, Star Talk.
Why, he's got a podcast?
Of course he's got a podcast. And
no, he doesn't.
If I'm not mistaken, he's doing something else soon too. I want to say he's going to be co-hosting.
I think he's going to be the new Conan O'Brien and have his own night show.
Is that what? Yeah. So very exciting. Dude's great. One of the first episodes of Star Talk I heard was an interview he did with Jamie Heineman and what's his nuts there from MythBusters. It was great. It's fun. You know, it's fantastic. Spectacular.
I just subscribed the shit out of that one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I need another podcast to listen to, Vin.
They're relatively short. I want to say they go in 30-minute chunks.
That's good.
And longer episodes he'll break up into multiple episodes. So it's very bite-sized, and it's great. It's fantastic.
That's fantastic. So cool. So, Vin, I highly recommend you keep watching it. It's so good. I mean, I'm just sucked in. It's like some parts are a little bit boring. Like, so they go into some of the science and how some of the people figured out or found what they did, and like how astrophysics, which is his major, was discovered, which is pretty interesting.
Sure.
But it's like it's cool to know how some of these people with the lack of knowledge they had discovered what they discovered.
Yeah.
And figured out what they discovered, and it's just like, holy cow!
Very cool stuff.
And it's just so crazy. So he talks about, and I'll quit in a second, but he talks about I get so excited about it because I freaking love space because it's just the unknown, and it's like insane. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way the universe can be as large as it is, and we be the only sentient beings out there. It's just there's no way.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I, if we'll ever meet them in our well, certainly not in our lifetime, or maybe even the existence of man, who knows? But are they out there? Yes, absolutely. Are they wondering the
Right.
same things? Probably.
Probably. The unknown is so amazing to me. It's a
I
little
also
scary.
subscribe to the multiverse theory. I think the concept, at least, is so cool that there could be multiple instances of this universe happening concurrently, where slight differences in your decisions were made. And so there's one universe where you and I are having this conversation, but I'm the Patriots fan and you hate the Patriots.
Let's not
Uh,
talk about that universe.
that's what I mean. I mean, and I think that that concept is really cool. So, yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in supernatural, but I absolutely do believe that there are other beings in this universe. The universe is far too small for us to be the only ones capable of thought and free will. And I think that whether it exists or not, the thought of the multiverse is pretty awesome.
Very awesome. Well, we're going to leave off on that. Seriously, check out Cosmos, everybody. You're going to
They got
learn a
Danger
lot.
5.
You're going to, yeah, ELI 5.
Danger 5.
You're
Danger
going to learn
5.
a lot. It is pretty awesome and amazing, and yes, spectacular. But you're gonna, it's so cool, and I love it. I can't wait for the new season. I can't wait to finish the season I'm on, let alone the new season to come out. Neil Tyson is so amazing. One of my friends from high school actually had his picture taken with him and met him real quick somewhere. So cool. Say hi, Gracie. Well, Vin is playing with his dog. I am done talking about Cosmos. I think that pretty much wraps it up.
I think so. Hey, good episode, man.
I think it was a great episode. Everyone, email in. Next week, or whenever we record next, is our 10th episode birthday. So please, we'll have a special. Maybe we can have some guests call in.
That'd
It's
be
up to
awesome.
everybody. Let us know what you think. Give some topics to talk about. The show email address is koalaandtheroot@gmail.com. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
And have a... yeah, there we go. Have a great night, and we'll see everyone next time.
Bye.
Bye.
No, no.